Narendra Modi, India's 14th and current Prime Minister, is one of the most influential figures in contemporary Indian politics. Since first taking office in 2014, Modi has implemented sweeping reforms across India's economy, foreign policy, and social sectors, fundamentally reshaping the nation's political landscape. Known for his charisma, nationalism, and focus on development, Modi's policies and approach have generated both significant support and substantial controversy. His tenure has brought unprecedented changes to India, cementing his legacy as a leader who has transformed the nation in multiple ways. One of Modi's most prominent agendas has been economic development, which he promotes under the slogan Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, together, for everyone's growth. His administration introduced the Make in India initiative to attract foreign investment and boost domestic manufacturing, aiming to position India as a global production hub. Modi also launched the Digital India campaign to increase internet connectivity and encourage digital literacy across the country. Through policies like the Pradhan Mantri Dhan Yojana, which aims to increase financial inclusion by opening millions of bank accounts, Modi has sought to connect India's vast population with formal banking services. However, some of Modi's economic decisions have stirred debate, especially the 2016 demonetization, which invalidated 500 and 1,000 rupee notes in an effort to combat black money and counterfeit currency. Critics argue that demonetization caused significant hardship for ordinary citizens and temporarily disrupted India's economy. Modi's implementation of the Goods and Services Tax, GST, also faced initial hurdles, with complaints from small businesses about its complexity. Still, Modi has adopted a proactive foreign policy stance, positioning India as an emerging power on the world stage. His approach balances building alliances with major global powers while strengthening India's presence in regional forums such as the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, and BRICS. He has sought to strengthen relations with countries like the United States, Japan, and Australia, promoting strategic partnerships aimed at counterbalancing China's influence in the Indo-Pacific region. One of Modi's hallmark foreign policy achievements has been his focus on the Indian diaspora, whom he regularly engages with during visits abroad. His global outreach reflects India's growing role in world affairs and reinforces his image as a leader with a vision for India's international influence. However, his administration's approach to Pakistan has been marked by tensions and a hardline stance, particularly in response to cross-border terrorism. This stance appeals to nationalist sentiments at home, but has at times raised concerns about regional stability. Modi's government has placed a strong emphasis on cultural identity, nationalism, and social reform. Programs such as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Clean India Mission, aim to address sanitation and public health issues, while the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, Save the Daughter, Educate the Daughter campaign promotes gender equality and education for girls. Modi has also focused on improving infrastructure, particularly in rural areas, by increasing access to electricity, roads, and clean water. However, Modi's tenure has also been marked by controversial moves that critics claim are influenced by his affiliation with the Bharatiya Janata Party's, BJP's, Hindu nationalist agenda. The revocation of Article 370 in 2019, which granted special autonomy to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, sparked protests and raised concerns about minority rights and regional autonomy. Additionally, the Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA, which provides a pathway to citizenship for non-Muslim immigrants from neighboring countries, has drawn both support and criticism. Supporters view it as a compassionate policy for persecuted minorities, while critics argue it discriminates against Muslims and undermines India's secular foundations. Narendra Modi is known for his energetic and dynamic leadership style. His frequent use of social media, direct addresses to the public, and highly publicized campaigns have made him accessible and popular among a large section of Indian society. He projects an image of a leader who is both a reformer and a champion for the ordinary citizen, often framing his policies as part of a larger mission to elevate India on the global stage. His style has garnered him considerable loyalty, particularly from rural and lower middle-class communities who raise emphasis on national pride and progress. At the same time, Modi's leadership has been criticized for fostering polarization. His detractors argue that his policies contribute to an atmosphere of intolerance and divisiveness, especially in regard to religious minorities. Concerns about press freedom and the curtailing of dissent have also surfaced, with critics claiming that his administration has taken steps to restrict media and suppress voices of opposition. Narendra Modi's legacy as India's Prime Minister is one of transformative change, bold reforms, and strong nationalism. His economic policies have laid the foundation for modernizing India, while his assertive foreign policy and focus on national identity have bolstered India's global influence. Yet, his tenure has not been without controversy, as debate over secularism, regional autonomy, and social polarization continue to shape public discourse. As India continues to navigate the complex landscape of a globalized world, Modi's leadership will likely remain a defining factor in the nation's journey, both domestically and internationally.